Greetings Gothlings, welcome to gothgirljournals. I'm Mina and I'm so happy that you could join me. Today I'm carrying on with Creep on June and I'm on day 9 today. Let's hope, let me not get the day wrong like in the last video. It's hosted by Tracy Fox. All the information including her website, Etsy, the collaboration calendar, all the info is linked down below. Please go and take a look, maybe join in. It's not too late. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's get crafting. So I had way too many ideas for today's one. Normally it's not like that, but let's just get into the prompt. Mountains toppling evermore into seas without a shore, seas that restlessly aspire, surging into skies of fire. Okay, so I want to do something special with the prompt today. I inked the top red, as in skies of fire, and I want to do the bottom a little bit blue and use kind of a clear shimmery embossing powder to make it look more oceany. So I think we're going to start with that because there's a lot of other stuff going on. So let's just take it one teensy step at a time. So I've got this, it's not very clear, but I'm hoping the blue will show through. I've got this blue, the Versa Magic Ocean Depth, and then I'm using this embossing ink pad. This is here just in case. I'm hoping that this is juicy enough, because it is new, to be able to take embossing powder and that it'll stick, but we're going to have to just see how it goes. So I'm tempted to apply this just directly. Oh, now it's all over me. Just directly onto here, just to get, definite wetness so that the embossing powder will stick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over the writing anyway. I had to at the top as well. So, right, let's go super quick. Let's see if this will stick. Wow, it did. I pretty much can't see the writing at all. I'm gonna have to take some guesses. Okay, so there we go. All right, it is embossed and it came out really nice. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, there we go. I know the writing's a bit blurry, but you can see the shimmer. And then I'm going to go over it with a fine liner over the writing, but that turned out great. So what we were given today, other than the prompt, was these. They were attached, and then this second one was as tall. So these two were the same size, and then this one was a little bit smaller. So I've just cut this one smaller and this one even smaller, just because I'm planning to do a little something with it. So I'm going to attach these. Oh, I have stuck things on the back. I've gone with red and black today. And to me, the skies of fire and all of that reminded me of kind of the end of the world, and so I'm going with the Grim Reaper or death as my theme today, as my monster. Okay, so the way that I want these put together is, let me just think really clear and get it right. So I'm going to attach here so that that opens like that, and I'm going to attach this one to this side of the middle one so that it kind of folds open and does a zigzaggy, so then they'll end up looking like that. I'm going to use fabric today. Now this is quite thick. I think it's upholstery fabric, and I'm really hoping that my glue is going to cooperate. I'm actually using fabric glue today. It's that Heritage, they also make Mod Podge and stuff.
Dreamland, by a route obscure and lonely, haunted by ill angels only, where an eidolon named Night on a black throne reigns upright. I have reached these lands but newly, from an ultimate dim Thule, from a wild weird climb that leath sublime, out of space, out of time.
Okay, well, there we are. They are connected. It's warping a tiny bit because of the wet glue, but that's to be expected. So this is our main base. That is going to go like this. And then on the main cover here, I'm putting this. I'm not going to stick it yet because I want to go over the writing. This is from Edgar Allan Poe's poem called Dreamland. Okie dokie, next. Right, we got a lot going on here. So next I have another little sort of foldy fold. I've backed it just with some tea-dyed paper. I want to make a bit of a scene here as if it is the Grim Reaper or Death standing kind of at the doors to wherever you'd like to imagine, whichever place you pick that makes you happy. And then he guides you there, just reaps your soul and takes you to the afterlife. I want this to look as if he's kind of opening the door. And then over here, I want to have, up here, I wanted to say dreadful fate. A little ominous. Over here, I wanted to put Mystery per Cemetery Lane, and then put an actual just little silhouette of a cemetery like that. I'm just going to have to cut that a little bit to size. Let's do some gluing.
Bottomless vales and boundless floods, and chasms and caves and titan woods, with forms that no man can discover, for the dews that drip all over, mountains toppling evermore.
So that's looking good. Okay, that's his cemetery. So they walk through here after they're buried. And then this side, I do want to keep that. I think I'm just going to use a bit of black just so it's not stark white, but I don't think it looks bad. Okay, here I've got this die cut. There's the eye. Wait, let me get a pointer. There's the eye, there's the nose. This is the mouth. He's holding a pack of cards, so he's like dealing your fate, and he's wearing a hood, and then that's his robe. So you can kind of see it. It's not 100% clear, but so he's going to go over here. But before I put him there, I want to put some stuff on either side of here. This is kind of, I don't know if it's like vellum, I guess similar to vellum because you can see through it. So I'm hoping that I'm able to glue this down. I'm going to stick a piece there and a piece there. This I'm going to leave because I find that this isn't enough contrast for him. I need it to be just tea-dyed paper.
Into seas without a shore, seas that restlessly aspire, surging unto skies of fire, lakes that endlessly outspread. Their lone waters, lone and dead, their still waters, still and chilly, with the snows of the lolling lily.
Let me show you. I'm not feeling great about the vellum. It's not really sticking. I'm going to have to try at some point and just put some, I don't even know what glue. Super glue? No, I'm kidding. I won't put super glue, but yeah, I'll have to see what to do there. So let's let that guy dry. All right, let's get back to here. In fact, made this thing, which is kind of like, I also made the sky on fire. And then down here, there is the sea, which I haven't really colored in yet. I'm not going to emboss again. I'll just do a little bit of blue. Just a touch. There we go, just where the water is. So I made it kind of like a little booklet so that it can go into a pocket. What I want to put here is moonfire. There is a moon here, was, and I've kind of covered it now with the fire. I just want to put this on there. since it mentions, you know, the sky being on fire and that. And then on the outside of the book, I came up with two things. I'm not sure. We could do a little closure like this. It's more, you know, just for fun. It doesn't need a closure. Or I can put half of this clock over here, which I also like. So I'll think about that. So that little part is done. Let's have a look here. I have way too much ephemera over here. So this is definitely from Lady Blackblood's kit. I will link that. And then this is actually a coin envelope, and I've put an obituary there. So it goes like that. I'm going to leave it just openable so that there's writing space. I'm going to try find a pocket to put it into, all folded, and then, you know, you can open it up and write in it. And I might put a few goodies in there, little pieces of ephemera. This I also want to put in a pocket. This goes zigzag open, and it's death holding an hourglass. The hourglass is going to be a little bit covered because I do want this to have a tab so that it's obvious that it needs to be pulled open. So it'll look like this when it's closed. So it goes gunk, and then there's writing space on the back.
By the mountains near the river, murmuring lowly, murmuring ever.
There we go. It looks a bit funny, like a head next to a head, or skull next to a skull. But I quite like it. On this side, it looks really nice. On here, on this side, I had this, which is also from the kit, which I absolutely love, which was one picture. I just cut it in half. I don't know if you can see. It's almost like the sun shining through, and that's kind of death riding on a cloud, and he's holding some sort of a sphere, circle, that has a snake wrapped around it. So it just gave me death vibes. This is going to go here.
By the grey woods, by the swamp.
Okay. Oh, I forgot one other section for here. I have these cool chains of this die cut, and I absolutely love it.
Where the toad and the newt encamp, by the dismal tarns and pools.
All right. I think that looks so cool. We're going back to this guy, start working on pockets and things. I need to remember that this goes here, so I don't put anything else on here. And then for over here, I have pockets. Where are you now, pockets? Here they are. It's like a double, like that, sort of stacking pockets. Supposedly this glue stick sticks fabric, so I don't know if it sticks paper to fabric, but we're about to find out.
Where dwell the ghouls.
So we've got these two pockets. I was thinking of hanging this from somewhere, and I also have Mr. Skeleton Man. It's a little charm. Yeah, and just a whole bunch of little things. I've got more Release the Craft in Words. It says Diwa, which is Spirit, Soul, Sense. And then I've got Cenebrific, which is Producing Darkness. Darkling. This is from the Lady Blackblood kit. One says Memento Mori, and one says Mortiferum. I think the kit is called Mortiferum, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I'll link it. So that's going to be stuck flat down, back to back.
By each spot the most unholy.
There we are. I just think it looks cool to have a bit of a different shape. This is going in a pocket here. This can go in here like this. If I put him here and then did boom and then did boom. So it's Reaper, haha. I've got another saying here. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. Let me show you what else I've got. I have way too much ephemera. So my whole idea was to just put clocks everywhere, because it's kind of like your days are numbered. You only have a certain amount of time on Earth. Time. So that's a lot of clocks. I've got, as usual, a moth. And then I've got 4 different things of the Grim Reaper. Then a cemetery. This is from Tracy's kit.
In each nook most melancholy.
Let me do a bit more sticking and then I'll come back. Okay guys, I'm back. I did quite a lot of sticking. It took a little while. So here is the cover. I've used my little skeleton man dangle and I've made the Mr. Reaper Cemetery Lane also part of the dangle. Then here we have our home bit. These are just stuck. Then we open here. We've got our Grim Reaper journaling card. We've got our pull-out skeleton in this little triangle pocket. This side, I finished this booklet. I didn't do much to it. I did corners so it looks like a ledger. It's still the same inside. I didn't do anything extra. I added a clock to the bingo card. I just wanted as many clocks as I possibly could put. Put another clock here, put the writing here. Here's the moth, it's kind of camouflaged. Then we come this side. In this pocket, I've got a framed photo of a cemetery and I've got a tombstone. In the other pocket, I've got the little coin envelope that just opens as a writing space, and I've put all the little tickets inside there. I put the butterfly, another clock, and the diwa here, producing darkness, goes there. There's our guy, I think you saw me do that. And then this side I made like a little collage with a skull, a clock, and a tombstone. Little framed photo. I liked the way that those colors went together. And then this one you saw me make. I am probably going to have to figure out some sort of well, not a closure, but I think I'm going to get a nice ribbon and tie it closed. That is my day 9. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Pop me a message. I love to chat. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will be seeing you again for day 10. Farewell.